Well, my father was a retired injured coal miner, and he had his chest crushed and had worked in the Pikeview coal mine, but wasn't injured there. But after my folks separated because of his injury, I spent a year at the day nursery, and then I spent first, second, third, and fourth grade and fifth grade living with him, and he found out about the Myron Stratton Home. And I was interviewed in my little small shack, which my dad had built north of town, by David Strickler, then the lawyer for the Stratton Home, and Lucier Lloyd, the superintendent. My dad and I were both being interviewed, and at that time, of course, I was heading into sixth grade, and the home decided that I would be suitable to matriculate as a student at the Myron Stratton Home. It was like difference between black and white. I'll give you one example. When Miss Lloyd and Dave Strickler came out to see me, we had an outdoor privy. And this was in days when this was not in the early Depression era, in the late 20s and early 30s. I was in charge of taking care of our little outdoor outhouse, and I had to lime it every day. And I was scared to death that my distinguished guests would have to go to the restroom because I had forgotten to lime the outhouse that day. And I went from that kind of an environment to the Myron Stratton Home, where we had indoor toilets, showers, tubs, and it was just like moving from a underprivileged environment to let's say the Broadmoor Hotel. This film was dedicated to Winfield Scott Stratton, Colorado's greatest humanitarian. He was born in Jeffersonville, Indiana, July 22nd, 1848, and died in Colorado Springs, September 14th, 1902. Stratton's greatest legacy was endowing the Myron Stratton Home for the needy and poor, and every Founders Day, many gathered to commemorate the life and good deeds of Stratton. On July 4th, 1892, Stratton's dream of finding gold became a reality. After 17 years of persistent toil, he staked a claim on the Independence mine. And his absolute refusal to be discouraged by repeated failures, aided by a thorough study of the mining business, careful preparation, courage, intelligence, and hard work, made him a multi-millionaire. This old 16mm movie footage you see was commissioned by David Strickler in 1939 and shows the Myron Stratton Home when it was one of the most popular and beautiful places to visit in the Pikes Peak region. The pool's opening every summer was a great event. Girls did not participate in the overall ground maintenance, but they did participate in sports at the Stratton Home. We had a gym, indoor gym, and an outdoor athletic field. The home trustees in a 1923 resolution said, "The grounds, shrubbery, and flower beds and lawns should have careful, adequate attention, and in other ways maintained so that it could be, in appearance and reality, a beautiful and fitting memorial to both the father Myron Stratton and the son William Scott Stratton. The children at the home helped do this. So life wasn't always sports. We did our chores and maintained the grounds. And when winter came at the Myron Stratton home, our spacious grounds and the shrubbery and trees became a winter wonderland, with children building snow figures and sledding on hillsides. But winter was also special since Christmas was not far away, and everyone looked forward to shopping downtown at Perkins and Shearer, where everyone selected 3 articles of clothing, including a suit for the boys and dress for the girls. And Stratton said in his will, "It is my special desire and command that the inmates of said home shall not be clothed and fed as paupers usually are at public expense, but that they shall be decently and comfortably clothed as we were." What a thrill to have nice clothes. What great expectations we had waiting to open gifts at Christmas. Having almost forgotten the color of a suit or dress, with the trustees and our matrons helping to distribute the gifts, listening to our Christmas carols and sharing our joy. We sang Christmas carols for the elderly residents at the home and those in the infirmary. The spirit of Winfield Scott Stratton was surely present in the widespread Christmas joy and happy faces of his beneficiaries. The trustees at the home were not isolated. They became really part of our extended family, appearing at every possible event that the home was involved in, the home children, and also, of course, taking part in the distribution of presents at Christmas time. And that's Lucy A. Lloyd just coming around the corner. Brilliant administrator and daughter of William Lloyd, and superintendent of the home for so many years. She lived on the grounds in a home especially built for the superintendent. And on Memorial Day, Stratton Home children went out to the Evergreen Cemetery, where former residents of the Myron Stratton Home were buried in land provided by Winfield Scott Stratton. And for years, the children of the Myron Stratton Home placed wreaths on graves of people from the Myron Stratton Home. President William Lloyd in 1936 said, speaking for the trustees and others, said, "We tried to make of the Myron Stratton Home a real home insofar as this is possible. Thus and only thus can we establish and maintain a memorial worthy of its founder, Winfield Scott Stratton. It was clearly the purpose of Stratton and the trustees to maintain the Myron Stratton Home as a home, not an institution, a real home in which the aged would be cared for and youth encouraged.